Hey, what's up? Dean's here, Performance. Sitting in Tom's car, and yesterday I was buttoning a couple of little things up, and I had to rush out of here. But I started running the car and getting the fuel kind of sorted and everything, and I had the thought, like, how much fuel is in the car? Hey. And in my mind, he's got the Pro Dash. Sorry, he's got a Pro Dash, and it comes with like an input-output plug. So I was like, oh well, I'll just hook up a sending unit, wire. I'll use the OEM wire that runs from the back all the way up to the front. Most likely it's still there because people don't take shit out. So I pull the dash out, the bezel thing, and which, yeah, it's over there. And I unscrew the two screws that are holding the Pro Dash with the Holley bezel, and the little clip on the plug is broke. Somebody doesn't know how to unplug these, so they just snapped it and decided that like gray RTV would be the way to go to hold that plug in there. Like a $1,200-$1,300 dashboard, and you glue the plug on. I don't know who did that. I don't really care who did that. In a sense, I care because you're kind of an idiot. Because you could buy these plugs straight from Holley. If you break it, just order it. It's super simple to take the wires out and repin them right back where they all are. It's not hard. So I ordered one. It'll be here like Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. But you see I got a yellow wire here. So on this Mustang, 95 Mustang, it's a yellow with a white wire. So I traced it to right here. You can see it's kind of right there, but it has no continuity. It had already been cut out of the plug back there. You can't really see it, can you? I can't even freaking get in there. There it is. That plug right there is the dash cluster plug. So they had already cut this wire out. But the funny thing is there's no continuity from here. Oh boy, I gotta get my fat butt out. To the back, where this is. This is your grounds for your sending unit and your pump. This is your pump feed, and this is your sending unit level, fuel level, whatever you want to call it. But there's no continuity from here to up there. So I then came over here and I pulled this harness up and out of the little black thing, found it. There's continuity. It's all painted there, so I can't really see the colors there, and then it starts to get tight up there. Over in here I could find a yellow with a white. I believe it's this one. Yeah, this one right here. And you can see I stabbed it, but there's no continuity. So somewhere between here and there, that wire is recut somewhere. So I don't really care. What I did was, you can see the yellow wires right there. So I took an input wire. I always save every wire. And I zip tied it. Gotta cut it. Ran it down. Connected it there. Now I have continuity from there to the back. So I'm gonna finish connecting it. I'm gonna get this plug off the best I can. I'm still gonna hook it up so that I can program the dash and get it to work and see it. I'm not gonna put the dash back in, not until I get the plug, and then I'll swap all the wires to the new plug and I'll click it on. But I'll clean all the glue off and everything, and that's kind of where I'll go. So I'll get that done, then I'll come back, and I just have a couple little things to do, like the steam port hose, and then I believe it's ready to drive. Also, the passenger window The motor will be here, I don't know, tomorrow or something like that. So I'll swap out that motor for the window. It doesn't go up. And at the track, you have to have it up. So I'll get all that done and I'll be back. Okay, so I got it there, fuel level 95, but we have a new problem. When I first hooked it up, it said 30, wouldn't go over 30, like 6 or something. So I reached in and yeah, that's awesome. Full tank. So 95 would be about right if the float actually worked, but shove my entire arm up in it, and now I pull the float all the way down, soaked in the 85, and you can see it is steadily dropping, and it's gonna go all the way down to 0, or close to 0 anyways. Yep, all the way to 0. So now I'm pulling the float out to see why the float doesn't work, but as you can tell, there's not a lot of room to pick that float up. Tank's full, you can see it, and the feed is off the bottom. There's no drain for the tank. So in order for me to pull the tank, I'd have to either unbolt the entire tank, unbolt the fuel pump, take the water hose off, lift the tank and slide it back a bunch with the pump and everything all connected. Which, you know, okay, fine and good, but I have another sender. It's a shorty, so I'm gonna try to get that one out, hopefully, and see if I can't make it work. So I already got it all unscrewed, other than I didn't unplug it, which I did the Deutsch connector, wired it. You know, I literally used the ground and the yellow with a white stripe from the actual Mustang. I already showed that, but all right, let me see if I can get this out. Okay, so I got it out. It's actually, it is a shorty, it's just got a long rod, so it does come out, thankfully. Problem with mine, that float is way too high up. I can't just switch the arms. Mine uses the arm, and it's a little bit skinnier diameter than that one. I could probably weld that longer float onto that one, which I may do, but then I'd have to figure out a way to basically put a hole in this one so that it like sets over this and seals. But the hole in the tank is too big, so that'll fall through, I think. Let's see. My back is killing me. Oh, it sits on there. So that would sit on there. Barely. I don't think it would seal very good. So we'll have to figure out why the hell this float here, you can see it's all the way down. If I put it up, it stays up. So it's not moving very smooth for some reason. I don't know if it's pinched. Not sure. And you can't just take it apart because it's like riveted together. So if I was to take it apart, I'd have to figure out a way to screw the piece back on. Let me see what I could do. Okay, so what I figured out, I basically pried it apart, and it's not actually the rod, like the little piece on the end of the rod. I filed and filed and filed. It's actually this piece in here that the rod clicks into, and that's what actuates. So I kind of drilled to heat this side up to get that bushing to kind of heat up a little bit. So now if I put it up, it'll automatically fall, whereas before it didn't. So up, down, it'll fall all on its own. But when I stuck it in the tank with this regular float, it kind of didn't want to come back up on its own. So I cut my float off, taped it on. It'll work. Hopefully I can get it through the hole. Didn't think about that. Let's see. Now, yeah, maybe. Come on. Yeah. Oh, it's so close. Alright, I'll get it through there and then I'll come back. Alright, that wasn't too bad. I got it in. It's not bolted in. Oh boy. Terrible. Plug it in. Plug it in. And there it goes. Oh boy, she don't focus from nothing. Come on. What is going on? There it goes. Oy. And now you can see it's going up. It's at 85, so it's probably pushing the sender out of the tank a little bit. Yeah, the sender's pushing out. I'm gonna bolt it down. Should be good to go. Okay, sending unit's bolted in. Plug back in. Fill cap's back on. Should be tight. Pretty tight. And what do you know? 100% full. So we're good there. And now, as soon as the plug comes, I could just depin this one, repin the other one, plug it into the back of the dash. I cleaned most of the glue off from, an idiot. But yeah. So next is the steam port. That's good. Whatever. Kind of being questionable on the steam port. Not exactly sure. Like I could, whatever. Take and kind of bend the tube up. They bent it down a bunch. So could kind of bend it up and sort of tape it up. That'll get it away from the downpipe. Or could come through and tape it to the radiator hose. Not tape it, oy vey. Like kind of zip tie it over here, which I kind of like that a little bit better. I wish there was a way. I mean, yeah, maybe could. No, I wish there was a way to make a little bracket. There's not a lot of bolts up here though. But if I was able to make a little bracket to hold this over, that bolted on, so there's not a lot of bolts. Might be able to do it off the head. It's like come across those two bolt holes and then out on an angle to kind of push this over. Oh, it's too close. My back is killing me. So if I came across these two and then out on an angle, and used, could probably use like a piece of 1-inch aluminum round and just cut it open so it's kind of a quarter sleeve in a sense, and zip tie this into the aluminum. All right, let me try that. And then I'll be back. All right, so made a tab, bolted it to the head, took a little piece of round tube, and I left the weld open and kind of left a gap, fed a hose clamp through. So it holds it good. Maybe later on we figure out something else to do with that. But for now it works. I'm gonna pull the plug off this sensor. I think I have a plug to go on the top of that dome. But I think I gotta check the transmission fluid one more time. Put at least the 2 screws in the dashboard to hold it in, and then I think I am going to take it for a ride. So I will try to record, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I'm gonna data log it, get the fuel as close as I can. I just remembered one other thing I have to do is I flip this prop rod. Oh, look at that screwdriver hanging out down there for the hood. So I need to figure out how to do the prop rod. Maybe I'll just cut it down some, bend it over a little bit or something like that. I'll figure that out after. That's not a big deal. But yeah, so I'm gonna take it for a ride. I gotta move a bunch of stuff to get it out, and I'm gonna take it for a ride and see how it does. Maybe record, try to record, and then we'll be back. Try to record and shift and drive. Alright, so that way down in there is the 4-pin harness. It has 5-volt reference, has sensor ground, and then it has a 12-volt and like chassis ground in there. They don't give you they give you the other half of the plug, but they don't give you the pins, which awesome, because reaching through there to cut, strip, crimp, heat shrink is a freaking nightmare. So I grabbed so I have a bunch of these from Holly. They're 3 wires, they're shielded and everything. They come for like their dashes, so I have a bunch of them left over. So this is that white with a black that I ran to the map. It's not working for me, so I'm not going to fight with it. I checked the settings are the same. So I tied the 5-volt in, the sensor ground, and the input into this harness that I strung, went up and out the car. Oh, my back is so blown out. And I shoved it into that zip tie across, and then zip tied it to the fuel injector harness, came across to the dome pressure sensor. So basically that's how you're supposed to do it. I mean, supposed to do it. We'll just put it that way. Now what I have to do is go in and change that input to a custom sensor. Input, output, dome pressure, 5-volt. So you go to configure, and then it's not the map anymore. So you're going to go to custom pressure and calibration table. So this sensor is a transducer. It's 0.5 to 4.5 volts. And then what I do is I take and grab the row, and it's fill row value R. So now you see how it evened it out. Then up here is 0, 100. Dome pressure. I don't know why that's going to 900. Fill row. Why is this? Oh, I know why. Over here. This retardedness. Come on. 100. Display max 100, 100, 100. PSI. Okay. So that should change it. Okay. We'll leave the ignition on. And we will send the ECU. And we'll do USB link. So many OKs. Do that. Now, and we'll spin the fancy dash back in place, hopefully. It goes. Come on now. There. So it's actually not the Holley bezel. It's like the factory piece that they cut, made a panel. So they did a good job on that. A lot of caulk on it too. So I guess this guy likes caulk. So we're in park, fuel. Go both. Temps at 166, so we'll give it a minute, let it warm up. I'll be right back. Alright, so 180 right now. So it's going to target 7 pounds. Or it's going to stall. Don't know why number 6 is on. Bread. Take it. Okay. Cool. Love that. So, we're back live. Brakes. Oh, here's another thing that's cute too. You got 1, 2, 3. 2. Can't go no more. That's actually first. Neutral. So get another thing. Probably launching the car in second gear because, you know, freaking geniuses with stupid ass shit. So, which kind of works because reverse is actually neutral. But then you push the trans brake and it's reverse. But that's actually first. So, okay. Let's see. Dashboard and go try and take it for a ride again. Let's see. All right, dome pressure works. Builds boost. Yeah, it does like 6 pounds. So took it out for a ride. So a little more dialing in on the fuel when it starts getting into upper boost. So I am gonna leave because it's hot, I'm tired, it's late, my back is blown out completely. Not putting the dashboard back together, the bezel part, not putting that back together till the plug comes. Window motor will be here, and that's about it. This thing will be wrapped up as far as I know. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Appreciate you watching. Give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of new videos, and thanks. Have a good day.